Here we are. All right, hey, welcome back to another episode of After Hours Live. You think I would have the microphone in place before this whole show started? But hey, what's going on, everybody? Okay, let's check the socials here. Do we got everything? Doing everything that should be everything? Okay, on the book face, on the YouTubes, potentially. I can't promise anything about YouTube. I can't tell what's going on here. Maybe this is live. Live. Is that me? Is that us? Nope. I don't know what happened. Let's assume it's on there. So here we're gonna do a little extra something special. We're gonna set it up on Instagram as well. 3, 2, 1, and there we are. We are now live, off and running. Everybody, welcome back. Post Christmas, pre New Year's Eve, After Hours Live. If you hear some rustling in the background, Christmas is done, so the girls are putting the Christmas tree away. But that being said, you still have time to bring in your gift cards. So just as a reminder, $25 minimum gift card. Bring it in. We're going to do the drawing New Year's Eve after we're done here. Winner will get a $300 gift certificate to Bob's Steak and Chop House, one of my favorite steakhouses in DFW. So let's go through the announcements here. If you're on the gram, there's slides. Pop over to Facebook. It's if you want to see slides. Holiday schedule. Obviously, we were here today. If you missed us, sorry about you. We'll be back regular hours on Monday and then Tuesday morning. Next week, we'll be closed Tuesday evening and the other day, Wednesday. Our next Ash Tifto. Last one. This is a wonderful little learning experience. If it's too cold or crappy to play pickleball, we're going to go to Abuelo's and drink margaritas. It seemed to work out for everybody. That's what we did with the last one. Our next one, I always have something to invite your friends to. We're going to have our pickleball tournament next month, January 18th, 11 a.m. at TCC. Again, if it's too cold or crappy, we go to Abuelo's for margaritas. First Tuesday of the month, going to be next Tuesday? No, following Tuesday, January 7th, Taco Tuesday up at Mi Pueblo. Man, a lot of tacos going on. I'm not complaining about that. After that, keep an eye out for our next Ash Tifto at the Whiskey Castle with the Whiskey Crusaders over there in Hearst. 3,000 curated bottles of various whiskeys from around the world. It's not a bar. You can't buy anything there, but you can drink and learn. So keep an eye out because I'm going to go there and drink and learn. I ask that you join me. You want to find us? Here's where you find us. If you're on YouTube, we've got all the different videos going on there. We've got our Monday newsletter that goes out every Monday. The Aspire Advantage. We've got our VIP group. We got our accountability collective. I swear that's going to start. Trust me. We've got our From the Doctor's Desk emails and the podcast. What's that? We'll get to that. Next, remember, it's still hockey season. So if you are a new patient at the end of the month, we put names of all the new patients into a drawing. If we draw your name, you get a couple of hockey tickets. If somebody referred you in here and they're a patient here as well, they'll get 2 tickets to the Stars game also. And then when baseball season comes around, we'll flip it back to baseball. The list took a break this week. Why? Because everyone's, I don't know, at home doing Christmas stuff. It will be back up and running again next week. Dr. Taylor sent me, after I'm done here, I'm going to go grab a bite to eat because the girls got to eat. So follow us on Instagram and I will post in the stories where I'm at. The reason you need to know that is because I'm going to leave a $100 tab. And if you go there and you say Dr. Taylor sent me, I have instructed them to apply that tab to your tab. So lunch is going to be on me. And what else? Is that it? Is that all stuff? I think that's all the stuff. So, oh no, there's still one more. As always, get back here. Speaking of guest hosts, you saw Jarrah stopped in last week to talk to us about Wade. I highly suggest you go back and check that out. Why do we need to help these people? Because they're doing awesome things. Women's awareness defense endeavor. It's fantastic. So she goes in wonderful detail about her why behind the whole thing, about why it's important, about how we can help. So go back and watch that. She was our guest host last week. If you're looking to be a guest host, slide into our DMs. There we go. See, told you there's one. How about now? Oh man, let's see. Is it muted? Shoot, I don't even know. Nobody will know. Everyone. Oh, we're just gonna toss that in there. Oh, there we go. It's Christmas. Great time for hope. How was your Christmas? So what I want to do, pop over back to either do Facebook or you can check it out on our Instagram. I received a whole bunch of messages about the prime rib. So seriously, here's how you do it. Last year I did it with 3 boners. Well, 3 bones, whatever. Oh, shit. I did it with 2 prime ribs, each of which had 3 bones. This year I did it with 1, and it was like a 6 or 7 bone prime rib. It was gigantic. So seriously, here's how you cook it. It is incredibly easy, and it worked wonderfully well. 2nd year in a row. So basically, I'm a master at it. Number 1, get your prime rib, you trim it. You cut off the rib plate, and you cut off that big old thing of fat that's on there on the end. Save that fat, and then you trim off any other kind of stuff. Then you take that thing and you wrap it up. You put like 6, 7, 8, 9 strings on it, tie it into just a nice big old fat meat log. And then you cover it with salt, pepper, and garlic. And then you throw it in your fridge for a minimum of 24 hours. I did mine for 48 hours. Again, watch the video on Facebook or on YouTube, not YouTube, Instagram. It's all there. But so you dry brine it in your fridge for at least a day, if not 2. While that's going on, all the fat that you cut off, put it into a pot and just let it like low, either in a crock pot or a pot on your stovetop, and just render all that stuff down. So it's just gonna, it's gonna smell bad, but it'll be worth it. But all the liquid awesomeness that comes off of the fat, pour that into a little cup. Next, you're gonna get another fat cup. This one's gonna be butter fat, or fat from butter. Get at least like 2 pounds of butter, throw that into a pot, let that simmer for, again, a good hour or so, something like that. Because when that happens, it'll melt and then it'll start to separate, and you'll have milk solids on the bottom, you'll have clarified butter in the middle, which is what you want, and you have some garbage on top. So you skim off the garbage on top, and you pour it ever so gently into another container. Let all the milk solids kind of sit at the bottom. So you just got, it looks like liquid gold. If you guys donated plasma in college like this guy did, see that little thing right there? $50 a week, Eau Claire, Wisconsin. But so you got that clarified butter. It looks like clean plasma, for lack of a better word. So you've got your meat resting in the fridge. You've got a thing of beef fat. It's tallow basically. And then you've got a thing of clarified butter. Then you take that clarified butter after you get all the gunk out of it, and then you put it back on the stove, and you get a whole bunch of rosemary, thyme, and garlic. And then take the dull, this is important, take the dull edge of the knife and just bust it up. Like, you don't need, 1, you don't need to cut your hand, but 2, you don't need to like chop up all that stuff. You just need to bruise it and break the skin and throw that back in with the clarified butter and just let that stuff simmer on your stovetop for a while, because it gets all the oils and stuff out of the leaves into the butter. And then you take the whole thing, you pour it back into a container, and you let the butter and the tallow and the beef just chill in your fridge till you're ready to go. Fast forward, we're ready to go. So take the meat out at least 2 hours beforehand. Let it kind of come up to room temperature. Again, I had this gigantic freaking thing. But take it out at least 2 hours beforehand. While that's coming up to room temperature, get another like pound or 2 of butter. Put that into a bowl. Get some more thyme, rosemary, and garlic, and either chop it up super fine or put it in a food processor, and then put that in with your butter, and then kind of mix it all up. I also threw in some Dano's Primo seasoning. Big proponent of Dano's. Go get some. And mix that all together. And then while that's sitting there and everyone's getting to know each other, then you go get your other container of your beef tallow, which is basically just beef fat, beef tallow, and your clarified butter. And you strain out all the stuff that was in there that was sitting there. Everyone's getting to know each other. So put the beef tallow and the liquid clarified butter with the infusions in it into a thing, and then this is key, take some cognac or some brandy and pour it in there. I shit you not, like a 1-to-1-to-1 mixture. Mix it all together, and then you get yourself an injector, and you pump that whole big beef log full of that injection, the beef tallow, the infused clarified butter, and the cognac. I mean, it should literally be squirting out and oozing out all over the place. Once you get done with that, then you go back to the new butter mixture with the rosemary, garlic, and thyme. And then you slather the whole thing. You just cover the whole thing in like a good, 1/8 to 1/4 inch of butter. And then you put the whole damn thing into the oven. 250 for as long as it takes. Get yourself a meat thermometer. I want to say mine took like 3 or 4 hours. But again, it was, as I said earlier, a 7-boner. So when it gets to 123 internal, why 123? Because it's 123. So it's easy to remember. When it gets to 123 internal, you take it out and you let it sit on your countertop for at least 30 minutes. While that's going on, take your oven, crank it up to as high as it'll go. Not a broiler, but like just the oven itself, crank it up as high as it'll go. Then after 30 minutes, and after your oven tops out, then you take the whole thing, you take the tent off, you put it back in the oven, and what that'll do is that'll crisp up the outside. And man, like I said, I rocked it last year. I absolutely rocked it this year. Check out the video. Like, it is pink, wall to wall, very minimal gray band around it. It was so good. Again, the 1.5-minute version being, because that's the time cap on Instagram and on Facebook on the reels. But there's a 1.5-minute time cap, but there's the version of it on there that go through everything, speed right through it. But man, I got, again, like 6 or 7 pounds of prime rib. And also too, the ribs you cut off, season those things. You don't got to put the butter on it or nothing. But when everything goes into the oven for the very first time, put the ribs in there too. Because then in that 30-minute window, after you take everything out and it's sitting there, you got ribs to snack on. Those are good to go. They're basically like plate ribs. And that's my little treat. My little appetizer is, what's your appetizer for prime rib? The ribs. So we got all that squared away, taken care of. Pink, wall to wall, absolutely delicious, just straight through. Next, what are we gonna do? Following morning, we have all that extra stuff. So we're making tacos out of it. We're making breakfast. I'll tell you what, prime rib warmed back up, thrown in with some eggs, makes a delicious breakfast taco. A little sprinkle of Cholula on there. We're gonna also take it and make some, not sliders. Well, yeah, they're gonna be slider form. Philly cheesesteaks out of them. I'm going to take them and I'm going to make them into little, this is going to be my next thing. If you check out our Sunday dinner videos, I got little cucumber rolls. So basically you take like a potato peeler, but you just take off these big old sheets of cucumber. You take those, you lay them side by side and make like sushi rolls out of them, but it's without the rice. So yeah, we got meat for days and days and days. We ate so damn good Christmas Day, but you get a kick out of this. What did we do Christmas Eve? We had just a wonderful little charcuterie board of dino chicken nuggets, buffalo wings, cheese curds, pizza pockets, and White Castle sliders. So a wonderful little dichotomy juxtaposition side to side. We had a very Merry Christmas. To those of you who reached out and sent text either to myself or to the office, thank you very much. It was greatly appreciated. I hope you all had a wonderful and Merry Christmas and a happy and safe holiday. Remember, next week we will be here regular hours all day Monday and Tuesday morning. We will be out Tuesday evening and Wednesday. Tuesday evening is when we'll be doing the drawing for the gift card for Bob's Steak and Chop House. Remember, excuse me, to get entered, all you got to do is bring in at least one $25 gift card. If you want to bring in more than one, go for it. So far, the high water mark is 8. We had somebody bring in 8 $25 gift cards. And again, those gift cards can be to anywhere. Walmart, Target, Amazon, you name it, gas card, Quick Trip, something like that. Because remember, what we're going to do with these gift cards is we're going to give them to Wade. That's an organization, not a person, Women's Awareness Defense Endeavor. And remember, what this organization does is they save women from abusive relationships. The reason we're getting all these gift cards is because if you were leaving your home, and if you have a child in tow or not, for all intents and purposes, you are starting over. So there's not just one particular thing that these women might need given their situations. It's not like they might need a jacket or they might need, socks or something like that. Yeah, they might need those things. They also might need flatware. They might need a couch. They might need a phone. So we're just going straight gift cards. So bring in at least one $25 gift card. Put your name in the drawing. It's got to be in here by noon on Tuesday. We'll do the drawing shortly thereafter. Don't ask me what platform. I haven't decided yet. Sleep in Fear. So all that being said, probably shouldn't say Sleep in Fear when talking about battered women. That was poor taste. Anyway, I got to get off here before this thing goes nuts. Hey, you guys, hope you had a great Merry Christmas. Have a wonderful New Year. We'll catch you next Friday right here on After Hours Live, where anything can be said. We'll see y'all later. Bye.